I remember the very first time I had Krug. I was at a function with my parents and someone handed me a glass and I couldn't really explain what I was tasting. I definitely had champagne before, but it was nothing like that. It was this simultaneously elegant and bright, and at that time I knew very little about champagne. Knew a lot about wine, but I feel like champagne is almost a different beast in itself. I had no idea what the number on the bottle meant, what the addition meant with Krug. I had no idea that Krug starts completely from scratch every single year with no recipe. And then last year, someone handed me a Clos du Mesnil 2006 Magnum. And it sounds so silly, but when I drink something I love, this thing happens in my cheeks and it's like a chemical reaction and I get this beaming smile and it's like sheer happiness. I'd never tasted anything like it. And a single vineyard champagne from a walled plot less than 2 hectares made from one single year. It's almost unheard of from a house of this size, and the scale to do something like that singular and that patience. Manuel talks about in the video exactly why that parcel of land is so extraordinary, and honestly, hearing him explain it in person makes me love that wine even more than I already did. I hope you enjoy this episode as much as I had filming it. This has literally been an absolute dream of mine to be standing where I am. I am here at Krug in the heart of Reims in Champagne. This was all started in 1843 by a man named Joseph Krug, who had a vision that champagne could be good every single year. And since then, they have been producing year after year to create the amazing champagnes that you have today. I am going to be interviewing the president himself, Manuel, and we are going to be touring through the cellar and being shown some areas that no one else has seen before.
Please, my pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having traveled so far.
Thank you. And what edition is this?
It's 173rd edition of Grande Cuvée, so the one that is crafted after the Rarest 2017. And it's a blend of more than 140 wines from 2017, the youngest one, and back to 2001, the oldest.
I know so many people who are really into their kind of wines and champagnes, they obsess over the number and what the oldest edition that you've tried. And so many people just think that, oh, it's just it's a non-vintage kind of champagne. And you're like, no, it really can represent that kind of edition.
Yeah, but honestly, for me, it's fine that people don't want to get into the details, and if they just enjoy the champagne and Grande Cuvée as it is, it's totally fine. Then we give a little bit more transparency and information and about what we do, our crafts, the way we craft it, and also information about the harvest and why, every year, every edition of Grande Cuvée will be in the same philosophy, but a little bit different. There is no recipe. It's always like playing, every year you play a symphony, but with different instruments or different musicians. Yeah. So it's similar.
I was going to say Russian roulette, but yes.
Hopefully not that much.
Symphony is better.
Yeah. Hopefully not that much. But sometimes you play with the climate. I mean, you're like, let's say 2011, 2013. 2011 was a year which was started with a lot of heat. It was very warm. So the harvest started maybe end of August. So with a style, a taste, aromas, structure, texture in the grape in the wine is totally different. 2 years later, 2013, very cold at the beginning of the year. We harvested end of September and we ended the harvest mid-October or beginning of October. Totally different style. But yes, you have to craft a Grande Cuvée in 2011 and you had to craft a Grande Cuvée in 2013, and they shouldn't be too different.
Yeah,
but they shouldn't be similar.
Yeah, so even this year, people are thinking that they're going to look to harvest kind of middle of August, right? Which is...
Oh, this year, yeah, middle of August for sure.
Yeah, which is just crazy. But going back to, I guess, Joseph Krug's philosophy of...
Correct. Oh, you already know Joseph?
Yes, of course. And he's a true believer in there were no such thing as bad years, and that you can still make great champagne.
Sure.
How hard is it to keep that philosophy, knowing what the years are looking like at the moment?
That's a good question. Sometimes we organize a kind of vertical of Grande Cuvée editions, and we do it blind. And everybody, of course, will say, I'm looking forward to taste the 164th edition, which was recreated after the Harvest 2008, which is renowned all over the world. But guess what? When we do this with journalists, experts, or master som and so on, usually the one they prefer is the 157th edition of Grande Cuvée, which was recreated after the Harvest 2001, which was one of the most said to be one of the most horrific years in Champagne. And I think that, the more complex the year is, the less compromise we make.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny because the 157th edition of Grande Cuvée is the one maybe with a lower level of reserve wines. We were so, at that time, they were so cautious on which grape we pick that they said, okay, it has a little bit of everything. And look at this one, 2017. 2017 is not renowned to be one of the best or easiest more than best year in Champagne. But all my friends who are, master of wine or what I trust when they tell me, I like it. They say 2017 is one of my favorite year in Champagne because it's where you really can separate good winemaker and not that good winemaker.
Yeah. And I know you, since coming on, have really helped expand even the reserve wines that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You already had quite a bit, right? It was between like 150 and
yes,
now
I think
200?
Actually the big step was in 1999 when Krug was bought by LVMH. When they arrived, they did kind of an audit and they asked the chef de cave, Eric Lebel, what do you need? And he said, I need more reserve wine. I need more a wider palette of colors. I need more precision. And I said, okay, let's go. And we went from 50 to 150. And it's true that now we are expanding a little bit, but the big step was then. It gave the cellar masters the ability to get more, not one or two or three blues, but 35 different types of blue. Yeah. And it's when you have the choice, it's easier to be good, no?
And I think like a lot of people probably don't realize that in Champagne, and especially like Krug, you have that emphasis on terroir and letting that show, which is kind of very Burgundian. And then you're also master blenders as well. So it's kind of a mix of the two. It's like artistry and like kind of growing.
That's true. It will be like a painter who will be very precise, as I said, about having 35 different types of blues, 35 different types of yellow. Yeah. But then not doing blue painting or yellow painting, but blending all the colors.
Yes.
Because what we try to do, what Joseph tried to do 185 years ago, and what we try to do now, as a tribute to Joseph, but also as a tribute to Champagne, is to try to find everything we love in Champagne in one glass. Because some people are experts of Chardonnay or Pinot Noir or Meunier or Solera or very old Champagne or very young Champagne, with this kind of people trying to do Pliny Montrachet in Champagne, Yeah. We love Chardonnay, we love Pinot Noir, we love Meunier, we love young Champagne, fresh, with tension, vibrant. We love more mature Champagne with summer fruit. We love even more mature Champagne with dried hazelnut and toastiness. We love everything, and we love the Aube region, we love the Vallée de la Marne, we love Côte des Blancs and Montagne de Reims. And so we try to put a little bit of everything with harmony. And when you taste a glass of Grande Cuvée, you should feel everything you love about Champagne. And of course, it's not at the same time because some aromas are more are revealed when the Champagne is fresh, and other when the Champagne is a little bit warmer. So when you start with a glass that is served at the right temperature, you will start with the citrusy aromas, with the freshness, with the tension. And then when it warms a little bit, you get more the white fruit, white flowers, and then summer fruit, jam, honey, pastry, bread and butter, toastiness, dried fruit, coffee, toffee. So it evolves. And then what we love about what we try to achieve is to have everything we love about Champagne in one glass. And I think it's what makes Krug also a Champagne that is loved by chefs, because it's so versatile. There is always one aspect, one facet of the Champagne that will match or contrast perfectly with the food the chef is preparing. So it can pair with oyster, with burgers, with popcorns, with parmigiano, with jamón de bellota, with you name it. Yeah. Not dessert.
Not dessert.
No. No.
I think it can
We
be.
tried.
This
but-
can be
yeah.
dessert. in
Oh,
itself.
sure. This can be breakfast. This can be dessert.
As we're having breakfast right
Correct.
now. Yes, this is
Correct.
the best breakfast I think I've had in France.
Well, Julie Caville, our wine cellar master, she says you have all the taste, all the aromas of a French breakfast. As I said, you know, the sweet, orange or lemon juice, then fresh fruit, bread, butter, and marmalade and jam, and coffee, toffee, and so that's what. When you don't have time for a breakfast, maybe you just can open a bottle of Krug, no?
Exactly. So a lot of descriptor words. Is it true that in kind of your tasting room that you can only describe using one word?
Oh,
And you can't you can't say the same word twice?
that's correct. That's a bit tricky, but then you get used to it, and it's so fascinating because, of course, you start by describing the wine you have in your glass, which is you don't know what it is. Huh? It can be a base wine from Clos du Mesnil, a vin clair from Clos du Mesnil, but it also can be a Meunier from Vallée de la Marne. So you don't know. So you're not influenced by the pedigree, and so you start by describing what you feel on the nose, on your palate, and you can use different words. But at the end, you have to summarize with one word. And it cannot be one technical word. It cannot be, like 3 grams of
Like
whatever.
Sure,
Yes, exactly. So it's something that if you close your eyes, you forget everything, what comes first.
What's some of your most interesting ones that you've said?
My best emotion has been when a wine has reminded me some food that was cooked by my grandmother.
Yeah.
Or when it reminds you of a place, which is close to your heart. So, yeah, it can be sometimes very personal.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you don't like the wine, you try also to be very personal. But sometimes somebody says, "Oh, I don't like this one because it reminds me, asparagus." Well, I love asparagus.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I'm very much the same. I've once described something as I could smell scones, and I thought about my grandmother. So, but yeah, people are like, "What are you talking about?"
No, that's true. And honestly, some wine can remind me or touch some part of my brain that reminds me of a memory. That's how memory works, no?
Yeah.
It's about emotion, and for you it will be different because maybe you had a different perspective.
Yeah. You were the youngest president here at
Maybe
Krug.
Joseph was younger than me. Huh?
Well, you are on, well, according to Google, you're the youngest.
Oh, yes. Don't trust everything Google says.
It's all good things.
Yes.
What what really excites you about the future of coming on board here, especially with balancing, I guess, that philosophy and tradition, but with the challenges that we're facing?
Yesterday somebody asked me, but Krug is 108 years, it's renowned, so are you bored at work because there is nothing to do? Everything is already planned, and every morning you wake up, you get up, you come to the office, to the family house, and there is something that you didn't expect. When you work with the nature, there is always something unexpected. What we are living now, it's not only about the quality of the wine or is the vine in danger or not. So far, it's dealing pretty well. But it's also about the team working in the vineyard.
Yeah.
How do we make sure they don't faint? That they are, quality of work is acceptable. Then you have
especially with the heat at the moment.
Yeah, so every day you've got new things. Because you're dealing with teams, you're dealing with international markets, with what happens in the Middle East, in China, in wherever. So there are things on every aspect. But then if we talk more about Krug itself or the champagne, it's very exciting because, of course, Julie Caville, our wine cellar master, she has free space, free hands to experiment.
Yeah.
To experiment, to carry on improving. And when you do that, when you experiment, maybe you find new ideas. So, maybe in the future we might have some, maybe not. Because we will decide only at the end, and Julie is the one who has to decide. And honestly, I don't know what she's doing because everything is secret, and only the enology team is knowing exactly what happens in the cellar. So this is very exciting. It's exciting also it's a challenge to carry on with the same philosophy and style with the climate changing and reservoir changing. And starting really 2018, 19, 20, we had a major change in the structure, the style of the vin clair. So we have to adapt to that. Sometimes it's easier, than in the past. We've got ripeness, we've got, but we are also sometimes lacking acidity in some wines, so maybe we need to adjust. Maybe when we were harvesting on plots that were exposed to the south to get ripeness, now maybe we are harvesting in plots which are facing east or west.
Yeah.
So we have to adjust and adapt. If we talk about market and consumption, there are so many places where you cannot find Krug, and for me it's a shame, it's a pity.
Yes.
Latin America, Central Africa, India, it's difficult to find Krug. And
Yeah, because you're really focused on expanding into new markets.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
I love that, and it's also a philosophy. I think that rather than selling all the bottles in the same place, well, it's better to have more people who have the desire. People who have the desire to discover wine, to discover champagne, to discover Krug. I went to Thailand recently, and it's an amazing number of people
Yes.
who are so fascinated about, passionate about wine.
Yeah, it's a really, I was
So-
talking about that last night, it's a really exciting new market. But
Yeah.
the wine
And
tax
what
there is
I love, I
crazy.
mean, I love to go to London, to Paris, to New York, but it has something different to go into a place where you don't have 200 years of wine culture. So people are really genuine about what they ask questions. Sometimes that's kind of, wow, okay, good. I love your question. I'm not prepared for that, you know?
Yeah.
When you go to more classic places, the questions are about dosage, how many grams do you have? And,
Oh yeah, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. And sometimes I went to Thailand and I was trying to explain, Joseph Krug's philosophy and so on, and I just realized that they loved it. They loved Krug, but they didn't know where the bubble was coming from. They didn't know the base is ABC of champagne.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just step back and say, okay, let me explain you where the bubble is coming from, and you basically you are a champagne ambassador before being a Krug ambassador, or at the same time. But it's amazing, and what we were saying before, it's what matters to me that they are genuine, they are authentic, they want to discover, and if they love it, perfect.
Yeah, I think it's because of that environment sometimes with the connoisseurs at the top, like the wine industry can be very intimidating.
It is.
And so many people pretend to know things that they actually don't. And I think that's my philosophy is like people, I don't know, sommeliers might think it's a really simple question, but majority of the like general population don't know like that a second fermentation happens in a bottle, what the addition numbers on a bottle of Krug mean, or let alone looking, why do people look at the back of the label of a bottle of champagne looking at like the disgorgement date? And I think that's really important. And not only that, I know that you've been known to say that any time to open a bottle of Krug is a good time.
It's a special occasion. You
Yes.
make the occasion special. So,
Yes.
somebody asked me, I bought a bottle of Krug and I don't know when to open it because I expect a special occasion, but then I say maybe there will be a better occasion. I said, well, sometimes you just open a bottle of Krug and this becomes an unforgettable moment.
Yeah.
And
What is the most unglamorous moment that you've opened a bottle of Krug?
I can remember many. One of them, we were just moving home. So everybody was sweating in t-shirt and exhausted. And we just sat on cases which were not empty yet. And I opened a bottle of Krug, but it was just amazing.
I always say, I'm either like give me gas station or like top end in terms of glassware. And it's the same, it's the company that you're with.
Correct.
In Italy, I've had some of the best wines in those little little tumbler glasses. And it's the people that you're with.
That's true. And sometimes also it's not about the moment that was a little bit rough, but it's more that sometimes you bring a bottle that is a little bit aged, like a Grande Cuvée, I don't know, like 159th edition.
Yeah.
And you start to tell the story, and you say this one is from, I don't know, 1988, and people in the room are from 1988, and they say, "What? First time I drink them." So it's making people feel special. You know? It's not about the champagne. It's about what it creates.
Yes.
Of course, it's great. It's good. We enjoy drinking it. But what we really strive for is to be one actor of unforgettable moments.
Yeah.
Let's go to the cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
this is beautiful.
So we put some pictures here because it's a way to
Yeah.
to tell a little bit the stories that I know we started to tell a little bit up there. But maybe the first thing I'd like to show you is this is Clos du Mesnil.
Yes, I know. Well, we have to talk about Clos du Mesnil.
Yes, and Clos du Mesnil, what I love about it is it's 1 hectare 84, so it's the same size as Romanée Conti, for instance. Basically, during the harvest, with a full team, we could harvest it in half a day. But what we do is we believe that, for instance, this part is facing the south with this white wall giving back the light to the vineyard, and the vine is a little bit older, so it's usually riper before than the rest. So we harvest it before, and then we divide it into 5 different plots, and sometimes there are 2 days between the first and the last, and sometimes 10 days.
Yeah.
And because if you will harvest everything at the same time, it will be easier, of course, for logistic reason. But then 1/3 will be not ripe enough, so a little bit of vegetal. 1/3 will be just perfect, and 1/3 will be overripe, which is fine for depending on the wine you want to craft or the champagne you want to craft. What we do usually, we taste the grape before the harvest. 10 days before it's too vegetal, 5 days before vegetal, but you start to have a little bit of citrus aromas. And then when you lost everything that is vegetal, like herbs but you are still with the crispy citrusy aromas, you've got 48 hours to harvest.
Oh, wow.
Well, some people harvest 2 or 3 or 4 days after, but we prefer to have a grape and a base wine that is very precise and not overripe. Because if you are overripe, then you get maybe more aromas, more expression, but you lose focus.
Yeah.
It's like in photography. In photography, you can open more and get more light, but you lose focus.
Yeah.
We prefer to have less light, precision, but the complexity, we get it by blending 120, 140 or 190 different wines. So this is our philosophy. Some independent wine growers, they don't have the complexity that we have and the number of plots we have. So they have to get more complexity in the same plot, so in the same grape. So they tend to harvest a little bit after us.
Yeah.
So there is no good or bad answer. Sometimes in Avis or Le Mesnil, we are the first to harvest and Mr. Celos is the last to harvest. And you have here the 2 of the most renowned champagne. So there is no good answer. It's just depending on what you try to achieve and the way you achieve it.
Yeah. Well, with Mesnil, there's such an interesting way how you kind of discovered it as well.
Correct.
Right? So it was hidden within one of a few of the parcels that you acquired.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yes, it was in the 70s. The House of Krug, they sold one of their buildings they had above, just above us, and they bought some vineyard. They bought 6 hectares in the Mesnil, and when they signed the papers, the seller said, "Oh, by the way, there is one of the plot which is inside the village, so it's a little bit tricky." It's okay, let's start to see. Let's see it. And at that time, they were just tasting blind Clos du Mesnil as the rest. And after the first year, they tasted it and they said, "Oh, I like it. What is it? Oh, it's the new plot which is into the village. Oh, good." But it went into the Grande Cuvée. Next year, taste blend. Oh, wow, it's very good, precise, incredible. What is it? Oh, it's this little plot in the middle of the village. Oh, like last year. Okay, good, in Grande Cuvée. And after 3, 4, 5 years, they said, "What, guys? No, this is not a musician that we want to put in the orchestra. This is the soloist. We want to see what he will do playing by himself." So they started to bottle it in 79, and when they presented it in 86, it was everybody insulted them, saying, "What are you doing? This is not champagne. Champagne is about blending. Champagne is not. You are doing you are a house. You should do a house champagne. You should not do a wine grower champagne."
And now it is one of the most recognizable models.
So I love this story because it's they didn't craft Le Clos du Mesnil because they wanted to do a marketing coup or a business or something. They just crafted it because during the process of elaborating Grande Cuvée, it's a co-product of Grande Cuvée, and they said, "Guys, this is very good. We should." Yeah, and same happened with Claude Ambonnet 20 years later.
Yeah, it's one of the most iconic ports.
Yes. Well, and also maybe something you notice, we age our Jeroboams on lees with a cork.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do use crown caps for some of the others,
Correct.
but then
Correct.
yeah. Do you think that really it gives it obviously a little bit more oxygen?
In a different way.
Yeah.
More at the beginning and less after.
Yeah.
Because it kind of gives more oxygen at the beginning. So it's great also because for the first fermentation, the lees are doing their job perfectly.
Yeah.
And then after, maybe less than a corn corp. And it's very interesting. We did a tasting of Krug vintage 2003 in bottle, Magnum, and Jeroboam.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how does the
Well,
what are the differences?
Very interesting because something you will expect. Magnum, wider, fresher than bottle.
Yeah.
Jeroboam, wider, fresher than Magnum, but on a different aromatic direction.
Interesting.
Bottle and Magnum in the same direction?
Do you think it's due to the cork?
I think so.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe the shape of the bottle, but those are things that we have not scientifically proved.
Yeah. How long do you age in bottle?
It goes between 15 to 20 years.
That's just crazy to think about when it's the stuff that you are putting your hands on and kind of laying down now.
Oh, yes.
The patience in such a quick, fast-paced market.
That's the first thing you learn at Krug. It's patience. Sometimes you are building projects and you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
So that's part of Julie Caville, our wine cellar master. She arrived in 2006. So she was in Eric Lebel's team. And in 2020, 14 years later, she became chef de cave. But Eric stayed 6 more years at her side, just this is.
And that is so unheard of in Champagne because I know it's quite.
I know usually in Champagne it's more, you've got one chef de cave and then it goes, he or she goes away and is replaced by somebody from outside. How can you, transmit the style, the emotions, the philosophy? I mean, I'm sure they do it, but it's easier to manage it when you have somebody in house for 15 years.
So you were saying it's what, almost like 150 to 200 reserve wines.
Correct.
And so for people who don't know what reserve wines are, how do you best describe it?
Reserve wines is like when every year we receive wines from the harvest. We will do blind tasting of all the wines. It's like an audition of musicians. And sometimes you have 2 musicians who play a little bit the same way.
Yeah.
So you will use one for the orchestra of the year, and one you will ask him or to rehearse or to stay a little bit longer. And so that in 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 years, you might need him or her. So that's what we have. We have here wines from 2009 or
And so they just
2010.
stay here?
They just stay here.
Because I know you guys mainly do, a lot of stainless steel work.
Yes, we've got 150 different wines. So they are all kept by plot by plot. So we don't blend them.
It's such a juxtaposition from there to here.
Yes.
This looks like a kind of like a Austin Powers film.
Yes. Well, honestly, it's let's remember 2012 was an amazing vintage for champagne, but we didn't craft the Krug 2012 because the yield was so low that we preferred to keep the best
Reserve wines.
the best
Okay.
wines for reserve. Because
That's a pretty costly decision, right?
Yes and no, but our bread and butter is Grande Cuvée. That's what we do. Everything we do is for and because of Grande Cuvée.
Yeah.
Clos du Mesnil just exists because of Grande Cuvée.
How many different wines can go into a Grande Cuvée?
From 120 to 195 different wines, different plots, from 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, so many people don't realize when they're buying that bottle, like Krug, yes, in terms of the market is just, it's that little bit more expensive. But knowing how many different years actually goes into that and to represent the house style, it's probably the most work in terms of, and it's
complex.
Yeah.
To be honest, logistics during harvest, logistics during first fermentation, logistics during blending.
Yeah, you'd want a pretty good labeling system, wouldn't you?
Yes. No, it's complex, and it's great because Julie developed a digital tool for her tasting notes, because before everything was in a big black book. So when she wanted to say, okay, maybe I'm lacking a little bit of the apricot or of the black currant taste I love in Meunier, so we need one from the past. Okay, where was it? So you need to find. Now it's more, she's got an iPad and she say black currant, Meunier,
that's cool.
and boom, she brings us to 215 Sassy Meunier, and so
Probably cuts down her tastings. But I know
Was it her and Olivia? Like they taste maximum like 15 a day, right?
Yes.
To avoid palate
It's
fatigue.
it's a team of 6 people.
Yeah.
And sometimes Olivier and myself, we join when we're not traveling. And they taste, last year they tasted 17 max.
Yeah.
But honestly, when you taste 17, it's unfair for the ones between 8 and 12. Because
Yeah.
the first one, you are just starting, it's okay. The last one, you already know it's going to be the end. But in the middle, it's a bit, it's very tiring. It's very, I mean, I don't know if you've tried.
I've had to do 42 ones
Okay.
before, and I was like, I don't know how critics and stuff can do 100 in a day.
Yeah, but wines, base wine of Champagne, it's pure acidity. It's
the teeth feel afterward.
Yeah. So it's very complex to find differences.
Yeah.
So that's why we do
And
maximum
they're all still
15.
wines as well.
Yes, they are still wines. So that's why we do 15 maximum.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I have not spoken about this contraption before. So do you want to talk me through?
When you do the second fermentation, the yeast are eating the sugar, giving CO2 bubbles, and a little bit of alcohol, and dead yeast. So dead yeast, when they will die, they will give all with the time. They will give fattiness, aromas, texture, structure to the wine. So that's why usually a wine with more aging will be wider and with more expression or more complexity, and also will go in a different direction in terms of aromas than a wine that says only 2 years, let's say, on lees. But then you have to get rid of those leads because they are not. It's not very elegant. It's not a problem. You could drink it like this. It's perfect.
Well, that's how they used to back
correct.
in the day.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, it's that
But
kind
now
of
we
sandy
prefer
texture at the bottom.
to take the yeast out. So to do it, we need to put the yeast on the top, on the
You need to move from the bottom to the top of the
the
bottle.
top of the bottle.
Yeah.
So we do it riddling the bottle. So there is at Krug there is one person in charge of that. His name is Raphael. And do you have an idea how many bottles he riddles every day?
Oh, I wouldn't. I would have absolutely no idea. But I know I've seen how quickly some
Yes,
people can do
it's
it.
above 30,000.
30,000 a day?
Above, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow, I would love to. I'm sure his technique
It's
is
the
insane.
ting, ting, ting. But then it's not only moving, because if it were just moving it, everybody could do it. You need to do it with a little bit of, like you need to shake and move.
Yeah.
Shake and move.
So
but
it's
not
like
too
a
much.
quarter turn, isn't it?
Yes, or less than that. But honestly, in Champagne, since 1980s, there is an automated method
Yes.
that you put the bottle in the box and you
Yeah.
riddle it, and instead of doing it in, let's say, 3 weeks, it's in 3 days.
Yes.
And it's not better, it's not worse. It's basically the same result at the end. We use it a little bit, but you need to have a different program to set a machine. So you need to have somebody who knows how to read the wines,
Yeah.
because a wine from 2018 will not be the same as a wine from 2016, and the yeast are different. So you need to change and adapt the program of riddling every new cuvée. So that's why we have Raphael. Raphael is an expert of reading the
He's
wines,
like a riddling master.
reading and riddling.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to keep him busy, we let him riddle by hand everything that is Krug Rosé and big format and Clos and Krug vintage.
Yeah. Wow.
But honestly, we could riddle all this by machine. It will be the same result. But we need to keep his knowledge.
Yeah.
And also it's great because he can detect sometimes things that, this cuvée is a bit tricky. So we can adjust and we learn. We carry on learning.
That's crazy that he can say that with all this. Like, it's just, like, look at these. That's incredible. And the time, yeah, because people would think that usually, to get the sediment from the bottom to the top, you could just turn it and it's like,
Yeah, you can do that, but then the issue is that the heaviest yeast will go first and the lighter on the top. So when you move the bottle after, it will go up. When you riddle it slowly, the heaviest stays stuck to the bottle, and so they will fall at the end. So, and also when they will, if you take it takes, I don't know, 3 or 4 days or 3 weeks, it stuck one to each other a little bit. It's more stable.
yeah, fascinating. I love how much you guys, like, you still embrace that tradition, things that were
Yes,
been around for
but-
such a long time.
But honestly, we challenge everything. We are not stuck into tradition by tradition.
Yeah.
We challenge everything, and the only objective is quality.
Yeah.
There's no compromise. So sometimes you keep things which are tradition because they are good, and sometimes you evolve. For instance, in our new winemaking site in Ambonnet, there are things that we have changed because we wanted people to work in better conditions. Like the barrels were here on 4 levels. In Ambonnet, they are on 2 levels. People were washing, the barrels. Now we've got an automated machine. Because we believe we can have a higher temperature for the water. We can. It's less back pain for the teams. So it's every time we change something, we tend to. Tradition is one thing, but it's quality. What does it bring? What can you improve in terms of quality, in terms of food safety, in terms of health or safety for the people, sustainability. So every time you change something, you try to adapt. And it's not tradition for tradition, it's not innovation for innovation. You have to kind of find your balance.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, no, I love it. It's very cool. So your background working with across so many different brands with Moet Hennessy, it's nice that you're able to kind of take all of those learnings, probably across multiple different like houses and producers, and then really narrow it in to have more of a straight focus with
basically it helps me understand what the team wants and ask. Because honestly they are the experts. And my role is to make sure they have everything they need to craft the best Grande Cuvée.
This keeps going, doesn't it?
Yes, it's.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's like 140 years old.
Yeah, it's
146, but
it's like 30, 40 years after Joseph Krug founded the house.
Wow, and you still have bottles.
Yes, and honestly, it's a miracle because the history of the house was not a long bed of roses. It was, you had 3 wars, 2 world wars, one world war against Germany.
Yeah, because I know
you had a financial crisis in the 70s, and basically you had a bottle, you sold it.
Yeah, I know a lot of the like with the Nazis and stuff. They really focused on trying to bomb a lot of Champagne regions.
Yes, but they managed to.
This is under lock and key.
It is.
Wow. What is the oldest bottle that you've drunk?
I think it was 1915. Wow. Then it's still drinkable. I prefer younger. I love the 47. I love the 61.
Yeah.
I was invited to an event in Burgundy. Everybody brought wines from the 40s, and I brought a. Interesting. I sent a magnum of 47. 1 week before, I wanted champagne to relax a little bit. But it had stayed here for, 60, 80 years.
Yeah.
And when it went in the transport, the cork just dried and it leaked. So the guy told me, Manuel, it has lost like 30%. So I brought, when I went, I brought a magnum of 61. We drank a bottle of 61. It was amazing. And the guy said, Manuel, we should try the 47. I said, no, it has leaked. No. He said, Manuel, we should try.
Yeah.
Okay, you've tried and maybe you're telling me we should try. Yes, exactly. And it was just amazing. Imagine, after 1 week of leakage, the bottle was just perfect.
Wow.
So sometimes there are...
So what, 80 years? That is insane.
Yes.
So why are some of these bottles standing up?
Because the cork is maybe not that much, strong.
Yeah. So it's better to actually...
Because with the liquid, if it's too much in contact with the liquid after decades, it kind of goes into it's attacked a little bit.
Oh, fascinating.
And we don't want to open it and cork and put a new cork.
I was going to say, unlike still wines, you can really do that.
It's more difficult, and we don't want to do it.
No, and you don't want to try and...
And honestly, I think they are here more for heritage. We don't use them, we don't drink them, we don't sell them.
It's a museum.
Nobody feels that he or she is deserves to say, okay, let's open 53 or something.
Yeah.
It's sometimes we use one of those bottles for auctions, for charity, for we put on auction an experience, a dinner with a bottle of 1928. Wow. And all the money went to the foundation of the American Hospital in Reims.
Oh, wow.
To help children who have cancer. So it's but honestly, we don't use we don't open this door often.
No.
Gosh. So this place in the cellar, it was used as a shelter, as an hospital, as a school, as a church. Some people were born here.
like someone that was born here. That is just unfathomable. But yeah, it is crazy, especially all underneath all the like carbs and things as well. That's a lot of people. Mm.
Yeah, let's talk about 2013. Have you tried Krug 2013 before?
No.
So 2013.
I've had this, and
Okay.
I've had dreams about having it again.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, I love it.
Yeah.
2013. I already talked about it earlier, saying that 2011 was one of the earliest harvests, and 2013 is one of the, let's say, classic harvest.
Yeah.
You know, we had a lot of early harvest in 2000, 2003, and 2007, 2009, 2011, and then suddenly in 2013 we had a weather that was so fresh, so cold, so rainy, that everything went so slow. Flowering occurred beginning of July, when it's in 2011 it was in May something, mid-May. So harvest started end of September. And it was very interesting because it was like the young generation, they were like, what are we going to do? Harvest in September?
Yeah.
And all their dads saying, we've done that before.
Yeah.
You know? And then interestingly enough, we had a good month of September, which gave the ability, it gave the opportunity to the Chardonnay to ripe. And started the harvest with great weather, and Chardonnay was very ripe, very fruity, very citrusy. If we have to say one word, is 2013, the Chardonnay is so citrusy.
Yeah.
And then when it was time to harvest the Pinot Noir, weather started to change dramatically. From good weather to bad weather, from hot weather to cold weather, from light or from
Mother Nature doing
bright
its
weather.
thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was dark at 4 p.m. And then the Pinot didn't get to ripe the same way, and it was all about structure, tension, but not a lot of aromatic. So basically what we have now is we have some 20-25 wines that were, I will not say the best wines of the year, because it's not how we work. We select the wines that are most representative of what happened in 2013. It's a tribute to 2013. It's not a show-off of what we can do best. No, it's a different philosophy. 2013 at Krug should be totally different from 2011 at Krug. Because we
Yes.
want to express the year.
Yeah, I think so many people, and a lot of this is like kind of the pressure from consumers, especially wanting to drink quite young, to have that like house style be the exact same, rather than what it has been for, I mean, as long as we can remember, that each of these like years are a reflection of that vintage. And yeah, it's interesting because it's what it should be. If it was 2013, it should showcase what that year was like.
Yes, and 2013, I mean, it's just starting to get okay to drink now. Those who released, who presented 2013, 8 years before.
Yeah.
Wow, it was, because this is sharp. It's all about citrus.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
To 2013.
So yeah, to 2013.
So we used to give a nickname to every vintage.
It was very citrusy.
Oh yes.
And kind of like has that pop of just lemon and flavor that then comes.
And then we got the structure of the Pinot Noir. We name it Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Exalted.
Exhausted. I was like exhausted.
For 2013, we name it Exalted Citrus.
I like that.
It's basically a silver plate of Pinot Noir, just to enhance the citrusy of the citrus, of the Chardonnay.
That's actually the perfect description for that.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a great.
And then now it's a little bit fresh. When it warms up, you can feel different types of citrus, or confit citrus and yuzu. It's very much a caviar citrus now, popping in your mouth.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic.
And Krug Grande Cuvée 169th edition is a Grande Cuvée we created at the same time we created 2013. So it has crafted after the harvest 2013 with wines coming back to 15 years before. So it's
Yes, I think I actually held onto that bottle that I drank because I wanted it on my little wine mold that I have at home. But it is, yeah. So when people see Krug with that little number at the bottom, it's the 169th edition of the Grande Cuvée.
so on on Tuesday at Champagne and Hip Hop. We presented the 163rd edition.
Didn't get you in time.
No?
I don't think so. No.
Ah, too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think it was sometimes we have bad ideas, sometimes we have great ideas. This was one of the great ideas to be, to bring to such an event a champagne that has already 10 years after it was presented.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it.
Yeah.
That, you're not here we are not here to sell Grande Cuvée 73rd edition. If you want to try it, you go to one cellar. But we are here to have a good moment. And for us, it's you have only passionate people who paid, to come and
It's such
listen
a
to
great
music and to discover, to enjoy. So let's try to bring our part to it.
Yeah.
And it was so fun to spend 2 hours, pouring champagne and explaining to young kids, I mean, more than above 18, but there was a bunch of people from a wine bar. They were like
Yeah,
20,
the young
22.
somms. It's such a
Exactly.
great way for them to connect with. I mean, some of these producers and girls they're heroes,
Yeah,
and,
it was
and
great.
catching
Also.
them in a relaxed environment rather than like a trade show
Sure,
where
sure.
it can be a little bit more of a different environment.
That's true. Yeah, and it was so warm that you had to go relax. It was everybody was sweating, so
Yes.
and everybody was expecting the hip hop concert. So it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe, and I honestly I love it. Second year we go there, and it's and then on a personal level I go to the Burgundy and hip hop event, which is also great. At
Yes,
Clos du Mesnil.
I'll see you there in October.
Okay, you will be there?
Yes, I went to the one last year too.
Ah, you were there, so we didn't meet, but no.
Okay, just ships in the night.
Yes, yes.
But
yes.
hey, we got there in the end. So
But
a lot of people think that champagne is a celebratory drink.
it is, but
And
not only.
exactly. And how do you go about kind of communicating that?
It's not for us. It's not a communication thing. People obviously celebrate a great moment with Krug, but we are not communicating on that. We are not communicating a lot. Everything we do on communication is not to tell you how to drink your Krug. It's more about it's a celebration or gastronomy or whatever. We are not here to tell you what to do. We are just here to tell you what we did.
Yeah.
And what we did is try to recreate the dream of Joseph Krug. Is try to make sure that every year, even complex climatic year, we manage to craft a Grande Cuvée. It's paying a tribute to champagne. And that's what we do. So when we communicate on gastronomy or music, it's not to communicate on gastronomy and music. It's a way for us to talk about our craft in a way that is not boring or technical or intimidating, as you said earlier. The world of wine is very intimidating. So we don't need to bring more of that. I mean, you don't need to know about disgorgement or dosage or malolactic fermentation to enjoy a glass of champagne. So why?
Very true.
Yeah. The idea is to be. I love when I'm very, try to be very pedagogic and simple, and people say, no, okay, I already know that. You can go faster. He says, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Rather the other way around, where people usually they don't dare to tell you, sorry, I didn't understand what you.
Yeah.
Or yesterday I was talking with someone who told me I had somebody for 4 hours in the visit, and at the end she asked me, but where does the bubble come from?
Yeah.
And so you say, well, okay. So you need to make sure. That's why at the beginning we start by opening a bottle of Grande Cuvée and start to talk about what you already know, because it's easiest for us then to adjust a little bit. Communication is about adapting, no?
Exactly. Yeah, and I have to obviously talk about Arbonneau. It's mythical, pretty much. And I actually have not had the pleasure of trying it, but I know that there's a rosé as well that you guys do that not a lot of people know about.
No, it's more like a unicorn.
Yeah.
But it exists. Trust me, it exists.
Yeah.
2008 was a year, a little bit like 2013, very fresh, very boring in terms of weather. I remember my daughter was born in 2008, and after 2-3 months, we were walking with her. In May and June, we are just with the coat. No, it was very, very cold. You can be in a coat in Australia in June, but not in France.
Yes.
And so the vine and the grape took its time to get ripe. And in 2008, in the Clos du Mesnil, there was an enormous heterogeneity in the vineyard. It's a very small vineyard. It's not bigger than this garden.
Yeah.
And some of the grapes were regular grapes to craft a champagne, with great acidity, and but others were very juicy, fruity, like perfect grapes, Pinot Noir, to craft a red wine.
Yeah.
So at that time, the team had the crazy idea of, okay, let's go and pick some grapes, not cluster, but grapes that are, or berry, that are already ready, and let's craft a red wine in a mini barrel. And they did 20 liters of red wine.
Yeah.
And so they created 200 and a little bit more bottles of Clos du Mesnil, Rosé.
Yeah.
It happened. It didn't happen before, and it didn't happen after.
Yeah.
And
It's like mythical.
it is, and it's only 250 bottles, and some people have tried it, and
Yeah.
they say,
That is a unicorn bottle. Would you ever consider making it again?
don't need to decide.
Yeah, it's the
The weather and the
guess.
enology team.
I know. Sadly, I don't know if that's going to be happening this year. If that's the case.
You need to have. I mean, you could, but then it has to be. You need to have a reason. We are not doing things for marketing or commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, at that time, it was just a crazy idea. The team said, "Okay, let's try it."
Yeah.
But no, we see the feedback is really positive. So yeah, maybe it will help them to try to do it again.
Yeah.
But if let's say if we do it this year, 2008, 2026, it takes a little bit of time and patience to get the bottle. So
That's very true. I might put my name down on the wait list of probably like 300,000 people.
now that was when we presented it. Mr. Galloni from New York wrote a post because he tried it and he said like 100 points and amazing, and then we received a lot of phone calls. It's complex to have only 200 bottles. You know? We could have sold 2,000, but it's always tricky. So we made sure all of our ambassadors who wanted one bottle could have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good and it's frustrating at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, it is mythical. But well, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me this morning.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
And see you in Australia, in Champagne, or in Burgundy next time.
Or all of the above.
Exactly. Or in Corsica, at Barolo.
We could do that too. Thank you so much. I did want to touch on your because you have a music program, right?
Yeah, well, the music program is here for two reasons. The first one is because at Krug we love music. It has always been in the genes of the family. They've always been, here. 180 years ago, they were inviting musicians, local musicians, to play in front of all the socialites from Reims. They were helping them finance their studies. And so it has always been part of the family. Olivier Krug, his bedroom was over there. You still have his Madonna and AC/DC posters. Half joking, but no, Olivier is crazy about indie rock and it's true that music is how can I say that? It's a universal language. You can explain a lot of things with music, and some people are intimidated by the world of wines. They don't have the right vocabulary to describe. And one day, one pianist was here and he said, I don't know how to describe the wine, but there is a piano here, let me play something. And he played a music based on the emotion of his tasting. And then he tried another one and played something different. Yeah. That's when the team said, okay, why don't we do that? So a few years ago, we asked Ryuichi Sakamoto, famous composer, Japanese composer, who worked with David Bowie, who, he designed a lot of soundtracks, movie soundtracks, and he was an amazing man, an amazing musician, and he crafted 3 different musics based on the emotions of his tasting of 3 different cuvées. And we asked Max Richter to do it 3 years later. So that's what we love to do, to ask musicians to craft or to select music based or explaining their emotions of tasting. And for us, it's fun. It's a way to talk about our craft. It's a way to connect with people who are not, Master of Wine or Master Somm or Diploma or WCT. You say, okay, I like it, I don't like it. Oh, it reminds me something, but I don't know what. Okay, maybe it reminds you of an emotion. Let's put some music. Let's put an opera. Let's put hip-hop or jazz or electronic music. Yeah. It's not just classical music. We asked some electronic composer to craft music, and it works very well also.
Yeah, it's funny way I often describe wine when, like, a lot of beautiful wines do carry a hefty price tag, and when you try just some of those wines, they can just they take your breath away. Like, it's unbelievable. And then you have the way I describe it is like you have your commercial wines and the big kind of industrialization of wines in that market, and then you have the craftsmanship, and it's you can like in the way that you can tell a song is AI or built for commercial purposes,
Okay.
versus a song that you feel it within your soul and it just moves you. I think that's what wine can do. It's the same. It's the same concept where I think not enough people have experienced that and trying that a wine that truly moves them like a favorite song can.
That's true. And when you get this wine, it's unforgettable.
What is, I think most people typically have a wine that comes to mind.
Yes.
That is not Krug.
No, of course. One is easy. People will say, of course, it will be the one for everyone. I had the opportunity to try Romanée Conti 1919 with Aubert de Villaine, and for me, this wine was just mind-blowing. I was in tears. But I had also
I
a
got
lot.
goosebumps.
Yeah. So I had also, and he had 4 in his cellars, and after the dinner, he had only 3. And it was just crazy. And
How special.
all the wines from Rayas, Château des Tours, gives me some, they touch some part of my brain, which I don't know, I just get totally mad when I try those wines. And I feel the same when I tried wine from Corsica or Barolo. Yeah. For me, Burgundy, Barolo, Corsica, there is something that makes me, having goosebumps. And
I think it's just like the depth and the history, and just it is something about that as well. I do get that with Barolo. It can move you.
Yeah, and then also you can try, when you have the opportunity to try very old wines from the 1860s, or like Madeira wines, or I had the Château Latour 1865, then it's kind of, wow, drinking history, no? Electricity was not that developed at that time, US was not there.
I'm starting to think about, if you're looking that far back in time, then actually do how much it would be from now. So if it was planted today, and bottled today, I feel like when we look in the future, it feels like so much longer.
Correct.
Because you're so used to saying a bottle maybe like the 80s and whatever, and you're like, that.
It's 40, so it's like 2080.
Yeah.
2070.
Yeah.
Wow, it feels like.
That feels further away.
I've never had this point of view before, and I
really
like it.
Yeah.
Can I use it?
Yes, you can. I just thought about that actually. I said that yesterday, so there you go.
Okay, wow.
So it's hot off the press.
Totally new, so it's not yet patented.
No, so you could use it before it is. No, well, can't thank you enough.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.